Well, I know that was really fast, so I really want to do another problem with you. The truth is, if we are going to take this hydrogen, let's say we're going back to our 16 grams of hydrogen, and let's say instead of asking you how much oxygen will you need, well, couldn't we ask a question and say, well, how much water will we create? We can do that as well. Because let's say in a room we have more than we need oxygen in this room. And so if I took some raw hydrogen and wanted to burn 16 grams and I could keep it in a container, how much water would show up in that container? It actually would create a certain amount. So I, like I told you, can go from one material to another material in any equation as long as those two chemicals are in a balanced equation. So here we have hydrogen and water. They're in the same equation. If I add this 2, I have to add this 2, and that makes it now balanced. Okay? So let's ask a more complicated question. Here we go. If I have 16 grams of hydrogen and it completely burns, how much water will we create in that container? Well, all I would need is a flow chart for the hydrogen and a flow chart for the water. So we've got 2 flow charts. One I've got pointing to the left and one I've got pointing to the right. They're the exact same charts. The jumps are exactly the same, no difference, except we've got one extra middle step so we can jump from one chemical's chart to another chemical's chart. Our problem is going in this direction. So all I got to do is label each chart with each compound. I'm going to make this left chart the hydrogen chart and the right chart the water chart, just as I did in the last problem, but I called this chart for oxygen. It doesn't make a difference what you label them. We just want to only work with 2 compounds at a time in a chemical equation. So here we go. Our question is, if I've got 16 grams, how many grams of water will we produce if all that hydrogen is used up? So I'm starting here in the mass for the hydrogen. I want to end up at the mass for the water. So I count 3 jumps. So, like I taught you earlier, the first step is to write down your given number. The next step is to make that many brackets. I need 3 brackets. So here we go. We've got 1 bracket, 2 brackets, and then 3 brackets. And then that should give us our answer. Now we've got to fill in the brackets. And so here we go. The first jump is from mass to mole. So I want moles on top. So I take this one, I flip it upside down, I put the 1 mole on top, and then the molar mass or the formula weight on the bottom. I'm in the hydrogen chart. Hydrogen is 2 times 1, so its weight is 2. Then I go back. I want to make now a jump from mole to mole. How you cross the chart, whether it's volume to volume, mole to mole, or particle to particle, it's called the molar mass or the molar ratio. And so we have to use the coefficients. So the one I want has a 2 on top. That's the one I'm going to. So the one you want, its coefficient goes on top. The one you come from goes in the bottom. So in this case, the molar ratio cancels itself out. That will happen. Okay? We don't know. We just need to always check it. Okay? So that puts me here. I have to do one more jump to get to mass. So I'm going to use this same jump right here, molar mass, but I want mass on top this time. And molar mass, but I'm in the water chart. Water's molar mass is 18 grams. Okay? And then I put 1 mole on the bottom. If I did it correctly, my unit should cancel out that I don't want. Moles and moles, and grams is the last unit, so I should get gram answer. Now I just need to do the math. 16 divided by 2 is 8. These 2 2's canceled out, so then 8 times 18 is 144 grams. So if all of this hydrogen could be used up, it would generate 144 grams of a water product. And so that's how this chart is used to do problems that are longer and more complicated by 2 materials in the same balanced equation. The charts do not care if it's a reactant to reactant, a product to reactant, or a reactant to a product. It doesn't care where you go. It will always give the correct answer. It doesn't care if you're going to a volume question or to a part of a question, and we'll do a couple of those in a few minutes. Okay?